Welcome to Almel Learning. So today, kind of a different video. We're coming back to the Canva tool. I hope you would have seen our previous video, which is talked about a general introduction about Canva, where we saw how Canva can be used and what are the different tools which can be used in Canva, basically. So today, what we want to understand is today we want to create a Facebook post, right? So how to create a Facebook post using Canva as a tool is something that we're going to talk about. As I told you, we already have a predefined dimensions about creating any post for that concern. If you talk about a FB post, it's about how are you making it more effective, how are you making it more attractive, is something that you need to understand, and how that visual element really works, and what are the ways and means how we can do that is what we want to learn in the sessions. To stay tuned till the end of the video, please watch the video without fail, and if there's anything, please pause it and see so that you get a complete purview on how to design a Facebook post. So this I think already have most of you would have seen this. This is the dashboard. This is the home page of Canva. And once you are in this home page, you just need to go to create design, and you can just, if you want, you can search also. If you have here, you have a Facebook post, right? So this is what you just have to click this, and you get this a blank template, right? A blank template which has. Now, if you talk about the first thing, if you have, this is how the visual element will look like. Left hand side has a lot of features basically on that. The first one is templates. Right? The first one is template. Now, when I talk about template, it is already a predefined design which is already there in Canva, which is based on various themes and various metrics. Of course, if we talk about Canva, is more of a crowdsourced designs, right? So many creators have collaborated with Canva, and every day they are updating with a lot of design elements. Now, first thing, if you talk about this, has a lot of design formats. If you talk about, for example, if I create sales here, so you still have a video post as well, which we'll be talking about a little later because it's still in the beta version. So right now you can even do a video or GIFs in Canva also. That is also highly possible. For example, here if you talk about, there are a lot of templates which is there. A lot of templates is there which talks about holiday deals and you have 40% off and all that. And now if you want that particular template is something that is the right template that you wanted to be used, you just have to go here and click this template. So once you're done with this, automatically what happens is this template is given here, and then probably you can do this editing and deletions, right? So you can do that. So naturally you have all this font style which is given here, and that's the natural element. But if you don't want that template, maybe you can start afresh also. You can start afresh also on various color themes, right? So first let me tell you and how we can change the font styles and colors. Maybe I like this design more, but I need to have a lot of visual elements. I need to do that. So let us start first with that, and then probably let us see how we can create a fresh post altogether. So the first thing is, imagine the first thing I want to talk about is how can we create different font styles, right? So what are different font styles which I can create here? So of course it's a very simple thing. It's just like any other tools. If you want, just select this, and you have multiple fonts here. You have in the top left corner, if you can see, there are a lot of font style which is applied here. You can just give. So once you start giving it, automatically the font style keeps changing based on that. So for example, I want to change this, and if I want to change the font size, I can do that as well. And if I want to change the color, I can do that as well. So whatever possibilities I can do that, that is something that I can have. It's bold and italic I can have. And this is the center alignment features. Another very important feature is if you want the complete uppercase or lowercase, right? So that is also something that you can do. This is another additional tool which is there in Canva, where if you want the entire particular quotation to be in capital letters, you can still do that. Or if you wanted to make it in full small letters, you can still do that as well. And you have the bulletin also, which of course we are not going to see right now. If you want, you can apply that also. Another thing effect is all about the space, right? The letter space. If you want to create this kind of effect, if you want, you can still do that as well, right? So this kind of effect, if you want, maybe I can adjust it based on that, and I can probably do this. Probably if I want, you can manually enter it here also, right? So if you want, you can do that as well. And this is the line height, the paragraph height or something. If you want adjustment, you can still work on that, right? So that is something that you have. And if you want this to come in the same line, you can still expand this and probably make it in the same line. You can still do that also. This is again one customization that you can have. So this is one font that I have changed, and I want this also be changed. Or maybe if I want, I can keep it. I can keep this also. Maybe I don't want this, I can delete this. Right. So this is first basic text-based tool. And if I just want to insert an additional text, there are two ways of doing it. The first thing is you can go to a text option here, the left hand side corner, where you have different text also. You have templates for text as well. You have different templates for that based on different themes. You can still work on that, or you can naturally give a very common thing like this. You can still do that and you can make this, or maybe you can just press T. Right? So you still get this, right? So the shortcut for that is just T, right? If you just type the alphabetical T, what you can get is you get the text, which is a text box which will apply, which will actually give you the leverage of editing this text options, right? So this is something if you want. If you don't want that, you can just give Control Z, it works, right? So this is something that you can work. And the second thing is here you have a kind of a background color. If you want to change this, maybe you just have to go and select this. So it's like layers, right? So just like any design software which has, it has different layers, correct? So this layer, if you want the layer to be changed the color, you can still work on this also. If you want a lot of change of colors, you can still do that as well. So any color changes that you wanted, you can still do that. So naturally the entire background color changes. Okay, so this is something that you have. And this particular are objects, and this particular objects or elements, if you want, you can call it. If these is actually a Easter sale profile, so used to talk about it has an Easter egg as a kind of purview, and I can probably select this if I want this egg. Like how did I get this? You can just go to elements, right? Just go to elements and you can search here. So can you see here? So like this, so this is how we have done this. You can still go for this. You can adjust it like this. Right, so this is something that you can have. So these are the Easter eggs which I have. So which means I want to change the color. I have changed this. So naturally I wanted a different kinds of eggs which is being displayed here. So I'm doing that. So this is something like that. This is one way of doing it. Right. So now you have different Easter eggs for that concern. For example, I have changed this Easter egg. Now here I have an Easter egg, but what happens is it is overlapping, right? It is overlapping my text, right? So I want that to be behind the kind of text. So how can I do that is you have an option called positions, which you can just go to backward. If you just click this, and you also have a shortcut which is Control plus flower bracket, and forward, which is again Control plus the right flower bracket. Right? So you have two flower brackets which you can open across. You can still do that also, right? So which is you can adjust it so that your image goes in background and the text will overlap it and it will shadow it and show it before you, right? So this is all something that you need to work upon. We can change this completely also, right? So this is something that you can do, right? So this is something which we can have. So here also if I want, this is one effect which I can have. Another effect if you talk about is I can create a transparency effect, right? So this is also another thing. Like this also if I want, I can create this, right? And this I can see. So this is also something that I can probably make this across. Right? So this is again I want this to be behind, so I have done this. Right? So this is another rough design which I can make out of it. Right? So what are the things that we have learned so far is we have talked about the text options. We have talked about how we can move an object backward or front, and we also talked about how we can create a transparency effect, and we also can talked about how we can move this object. And if you don't want an object, if you want, you can go and delete it. No worries. If you want, you can do this as well. And if you want the entire thing to be moved across, you can just select all, or just you can just press Ctrl A and you can move things. So or you can probably resize it also. Any which ways is highly possible. Okay, so this is something that you can work upon. Right. So this is the way how we can probably do a kind of Facebook post in using Canva as a. So of course there are a lot of design elements that you have worked in. So any design element that you have actually naturally if you wanted, you can still work on that. No worries, because Canva has a lot of options based on that, and various kinds of explorations are there. Of course, in the coming sessions, we want to explore a lot of other options also. This is how we can create a very simple post using Canva.